measures of dispersion. Pag sinabi nating measures of dispersion, it tells if the numbers in the dataset are close together or our dataset are spread far apart from each other. So, in measures of dispersion or measures of this variation in a dataset, it is the amount of difference between sa ating mga data values. And sa ating dataset na merong little variation, almost lahat ng data values natin would be close to one another kapag little variation lang yung meron. So, kapag nag-create tayo ng histogram nito or bar graph ng ganitong data natin na may little variation, yung ating kalalabasan nito would be narrow and tall. While kapag ang dataset tama natin na merong a great deal of variation, yung ating data values would be spread widely. So, yung itsura ng histogram nito, kapag meron tayong great deal of variation, yung data natin, dataset natin would be low and wide. Okay, so ulitin ko lang, kapag little variation yung ating dataset, the histogram of such a dataset would be narrow and tall, while if we have a dataset with a great deal of variation, the histogram of this dataset would be low and wide. So, kung ang ating measures of central tendency ay merong tatlong measures, yun ay ang mean, median, and mode. Ang ating measures of dispersion naman ay meron ding tatlong common measures. So, yung tatlong common measures of dispersion na ito yung tinatawag natin na number 1 is range, second is variance, and lastly is the standard deviation. Okay? So, when it comes to range, range is actually the difference between the largest and the smallest data values in a data set. So, meaning to say, sabi ko nga, okay, sa pagkuha natin ng range, especially sa pag-ungroup data, madali lang hanapin ang range because sa pagkuha natin ng range, R is equal to the highest value less or subtracted doon sa ating lowest value doon sa ating dataset. So, kapag ungroup yung ating data, we simply, syempre, i-arrange muna natin siya ng ascending or descending in order for us to easily locate kung alin ba doon sa ating ungroup data yung ating highest value and lowest value. And after mong mo-locate kung ano yung highest at saka lowest value, simply isubtract mo lang yung highest value sa ating lowest value, and then yun na yung range na ating hinahanap sa ating measure of dispersion. While variance naman, variance is the average of squared deviations from the mean of a set of data. Okay? So, in order for us to get naman ng ating variance, kinako-compute natin ng ating variance by or using two formulas. Depende kung ano ba yung data set natin na kino-consider natin. Kung ito ba ay population or sample data set. So, magkaiba yung ating formula na gagamitin sa pag-obtain ng ating variance. So, kapag population yung ating kino-consider, sa pagkuha ng ating population variance, ito lang yung ating gagamitin na type ko lang muna. So, ito yung dalawa. Population variance and sample variance. Okay. So, sa ating pag-obtain ng population variance, ito ang ating gagamitin na formula. Population variance, may squared siya, is equal to the summation of x minus mean squared over capital N. Okay? Wherein summation, meaning to say, i-add natin lahat mamaya yung ating makukuha. So, x, yung ating x dito is, it represents the observation, while yung ating mean hindi pala siya, yan, ito kasi itong symbol na ito is for sample mean. So, erase natin siya. Ang dapat na nakalagay dyan ay mu. Yan. Dahil population yung ating tinutukoy. Therefore, kapag Greek mu, that is the population mean. While ang capital N natin is the population size. Okay. So, ito yung ating gagamitin na formula kapag yung ating kino-consider na dataset is population. While kapag sample variance, yung ating kinonsidered na dataset is sample dataset, ito ang gagamitin natin na formula. Okay? Magkaiba sila eh. So, that is S squared is equal to summation of the quantity of x minus mean squared over small n minus 1. Wherein x is still the x represents the observations doon sa ating dataset, and then x bar is our sample mean, while small n is the sample size. Okay, so yun yung pinagkaiba ng ating dalawang formula, na kapag sa population, just simply divide it by the population size, while kapag sample variance or sample dataset yung ating kino-considered, sa pagkuha ng variance, we need to deduct or mag-less ng 1 doon sa ating sample size. And when it comes to standard deviation naman, class, all we need to do is, para ma-obtain natin yung ating standard deviation, is to get the squared value ng ating na-compute na variance. Okay, so para ma-denote natin yan, SD, syempre standard deviation, or let's denote it as S, okay po, is equal to the square root of our obtained sample variance or population variance. Okay? Kasi kapag actually yung ating standard deviation, hindi mo makukuha yung ating standard deviation unless mag-go through ka sa process ng pagkuha ng ating sample variance. Okay? Kailangan mo munang kunin ang iyong sample variance bago mo ma-compute yung ating standard deviation. Kasi kung ano na yung nakuha mo sa sample variance, sa variance mo, i-squared mo lang yung sagot doon, kunin mo lang yung square root nung sagot, yun na yung standard deviation natin. Okay? So, let's say for example, okay, ang na-obtain mo ng sample variance mo, yung na-compute mo na is, you have computed sample variance of 7.81. Okay, yan na yung sample variance. So, para makuha mo ngayon yung standard deviation, kunin mo lang yung square root nung 7.81, yun na yung iyong standard deviation. So, para ma-compute natin yon, okay, para ma-compute natin yon, simply square root, wala. Ayaw. So, square root, ayaw talaga. Square root ng 7.81. Square root ng 7.81 ay 2.79. So, 2.79. So, the obtained standard deviation now is 2.79. Okay. So, ganun lang yun. So, kapag hinahanap yung sa given natin, no, what is the standard deviation of the following given dataset? So, kailangan mo talagang mag-compute ng variance muna bago ka makakuha ng value ng standard deviation. I hope naintindihan nyo yun na mag-variance ka muna. Pag nakuha mo na yung variance mo, kunin mo lang yung square root and then yun na yung hinahanap mo na standard deviation. Okay, to further understand yung aking pinagsasabi, okay, let's have an example. Okay, so, insert ako ng, or let's try to compute or calculate. So, what is the standard deviation in the given sample data? Okay, so sample data yung hina natin. So, yung sample variance yung gagamitin natin na formula. Okay, although standard deviation yung tinatanong, ulitin ko lang, we need to go through the process of getting the sample variance. So, for example natin, if we have the following sample data, meron tayong 4. So, ito yung magiging set of observations natin. Meron tayong 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9. So, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So, yung total ng ating sample data or sample size, yan na yung magiging n natin is 10. Not the total, total or summation ng ating observation, pero kung ilan yung observation natin, and that is 10. Okay? So, first step, para makuha natin yung ating standard deviation, of course, ano ba yung kailangan natin sa formula? Since sample data yung ating gamit, ang gagamitin natin ay yung sample variance formula natin, which is the summation of the quantity of x minus mean squared over n minus 1. So, first step natin is that, ano ba yung kailangan natin sa formula? Meron na tayong x, which is our set of observations. Now, unang step natin is to get yung ating mean na kakailanganin natin sa ating sample. Okay po? So, para makuha natin yung mean, paano ulit tayo kumuha ng mean? Simply add all the set of observations and divide lang natin ito kung ilan yung ating pinag-add. So, kapag kinuha natin yung mean, that is 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus mali. Pakita ko lang yung aking mahiwagang calculator. Saan na siya napunta? Ayaw magpakita. Anyway, kung ayaw magpakita ng aking calculator, virtual calculator, divide, gamitin ko na lang siya. So, 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 8 plus 9 plus 9, tatlong 9. That is 70 divided by 10. 10, kasi 10 yung ating pinag-add na number. So, ang ating mean is 7. Okay? Pinag-add ko lang ito, then dinivide ko kung ilan sila, that is 10. So, add ko 70 divided by 10 is equal to 7. Okay. So, meron na tayong x at saka meron na tayong mean. Therefore, susunod natin kunin is yung kanilang subtraction. Isusubtract lang natin bawat x value natin sa ating mean. So, create tayo ng another column na magre-represent ng ating subtraction ng ating set of observations sa ating mean. So, kapag sinubtract natin, let's subtract 4 minus 7. Huwag nyong babaligtarin hindi kailangan, huwag nyong, what I mean is that, huwag nyong unahin na isubtract yung mean kaysa doon sa ating x. Kailangang mauna mong isubtract itong x values natin before yung mean. Kasi yun yung nasa formula natin. Okay? Kasi pag inuna mo, magkakamali na ka na magiging, instead na maging negative na, magiging positive na yung mga sagot natin. Okay? So, 4 less 7, that is negative 3. 5 less 7 is negative 2. 5 less 7 is still negative 2. 6 less 7 is negative 1. 7 less 7 is 0. 8 less yung ating mean na 7, that is 1. Still 1. 9 less 7 is 2. So, same lang na tatlong 2. Okay. So, tapos na tayo sa ating pagkuha ng subtraction ng set of observations natin sa ating mean. Now, after natin makuha yon, kailangan natin kunin pa yung squared deviation natin. So, create ulit tayo ng another column which will be named squared deviation. Okay? So, easy lang naman ito. Kailangan lang nating i-squared lahat ng nakuha natin dito para ma-obtain natin yung ating squared deviations. Okay po? So, negative 3, unahin natin, negative 3 times negative 3 or negative 3 squared is 9. Positive 9. Kasi negative times negative is positive. Next is that negative 2 squared is 4. Negative 2 squared is still 4. Negative 1 squared is 1. 0 squared is 0. 1 squared is 1. 1. Then 2 squared is 4. So, tatlong 2, tatlo ring 4. Alright, so nakuha na natin yung ating hinahanap na squared deviations na gagamitin natin sa formula. Pero meron pa tayong kulang kasi meron tayong summation doon sa ating formula. Meaning to say, para makuha natin yan, simply get the summation of our squared deviation. So, yun na yun. I-add mo lang lahat ng ito, yun na yung ating lalagay na sa numerator ng ating formula. So, kapag in-add natin lahat ito, class, 9 plus 4, plus 4 plus 1, plus 0, plus 1, plus 1, plus 4, plus 4, plus 4, that is, the total would be 32. Okay. So, recall lang tayo konti. Para makuha natin yung ating standard deviation. Of course, kung hindi naka-arrange yung ating sample data set, we need to arrange it first ascending. Okay? So, ascending, and then bilangin mo kung ilan yung set of observation mo. Yun na yung magiging n. And then, after that, kunin mo yung mean para isubtract mo, para mag-create ka ng another column, isubtract mo bawat x doon sa ating mean. And then, after that, i-squared mo lang ng bawat value doon na nakuha mo, yun na yung magiging squared deviations mo. Then, after that, i-add mo lang lahat. Yun na yung summation ng ating squared deviations na kakailangan natin sa numerator ng ating formula. Okay, so kompleto na tayo ng kakailanganan natin. So, all we need to do is to substitute the values na na-obtain natin doon sa ating formula. Okay po, so the summation of x minus mean squared is simply 32. Divided by, anong n natin is 10 kasi meron tayong 10 na set of observation. So, ang ating sample variance would be 32 divided by 9. So, ang ating sample variance is 32 divided by 9. That is 3.55 or 3.55 or 3.55 or 3.56. Ano tayo? Kasi 3.55555 siya. So, always kunin yung 2 decimals. Tapos, i-round off natin yung nearest to the hundreds natin. So, yan yung variance natin. Okay po? But, ang hinahanap is standard deviation. So, pag nakuha mo na yung variance class, all you need to do is to, sabi ko nga kanina, just simply get or kunin mo lang yung square root ng na-compute mo, yan na yung magiging standard deviation natin. So, kapag kukomputin natin yung 3.56 squared, that is 1.886 or syempre, i-round off ulit natin, that is 1.89. So, yun na yung hinahanap natin na standard deviation.